Good morning, everyone. It is Monday Mindset. We know what that means. It's Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live in a little warm Vero Beach with two
Sistas. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janis, aka Wellness Diva 5.0 here in the Northeast. Hot as da 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 da. It's hot. We're going through a heat wave, although today we are going to be under 90 degrees. It's like a few degrees, we're going to feel the difference. I don't think so, but we're supposed to have storms coming through. We desperately need the rain out there, the lawns, the gardens, all that kind of stuff. But yes, it is Mindset Monday. And I just want to share with everyone, and we're going to get into this topic of conversation, of course, is things we're passionate about. And of course, the garden. So we're going to have like a little array of different things we're going to chat about.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, sometimes you need that to kickstart. Now, a lot of people jumpstart their Monday as if it's the first day of the week, which actually it is Sunday, but a lot of people equate Sundays being part of the weekend and your fun time and your goofy time and, your plan time, whatever it may be, family, friends time. And then they dread Monday, right? I think we all can relate to like, ooh. But I look at it as we're in the last week of the month of July. The summer is going by, and I would say to everyone in the Northeast, enjoy that warmth because before you know it, you'll be back in colder weather. Most people, in the Northeast, I think their favorite times of the year is usually spring and fall. That's one of the great things about being in New England or anywhere that you have those different seasons. So what season are you? We're in the last season of the week for July. We are in warmer temps, but you know what? When you think about the warmer temps, think of different ways, in clever ways that you can stay cool. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're hydrating, but don't let that deter you from your mindset because a lot of people focus on things that put them in not such a good spot, which disrupts the positive mindset. So I always, you have to go into each new day of the week with hope, with goals, with visions. And that just doesn't, for a lot of people, that just doesn't come naturally. They have to really focus on it. So how do you spend your start off of your day, especially on a Monday? I always say, yesterday's a scratch, today's a new day. And especially, yesterday's a scratch, today's a new day, meaning and new week. So new start to things, right? New start to maybe things I didn't complete last week. Maybe I didn't finish projects. Maybe, I got sidetracked. Maybe, my mindset derailed. So I try to start off my day with something positive about the morning. Now, don't even think about it. Just say one word that's positive. So what would you be, if you were to go back to this morning when you got up, what was the first word that came to your head?
Abundance.
Abundant, right? Mine happened to be joy. When you think of something, a positive word that kind of gets you up, gets you going, gets you in that mood. But then some people will say, oh, I'm doing those things. I'm thinking all those great things. And then life happens. Well, go back to repeating that word or derail from it or renegotiate that mindset. Get through what you got to get through, whether it's a negative thought, whether it's a negative relationship, whether it's, you turned on the news and you didn't want to do that, whatever it may be, and just flip the switch. It is that you have to flip the switch. I think for me, that's what works. I just had to flip that switch.
You're absolutely right. You have to flip that switch. And just as you were saying that about news alerts, one popped on my screen and I'm just going to share this with you. Now, it just popped on the screen. I saw it briefly, but this is what it basically said. A priest in New York, while giving a sermon, was robbed at gunpoint.
Well, hopefully he's safe.
I'm hoping that he was, and again,
I hope that the parish as a whole, the ministry, the people that were in attendance, the members. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yes, it is. It is. So I want to share I posted yesterday about garden abundance, and that's why I thought of abundance. So, obviously Gary went out to the garden yesterday morning, picked a lot of stuff, and excuse me, brought everything in. So we're going through it, and we typically try to process it within 24 hours. We like to do it the day of, but there was so much the only thing I didn't get to yesterday were the peppers, which we're going to do this afternoon. So there was a lot of cutting, there was a lot of peeling, there was a lot, I did some baking, I made some zucchini bread, and a lot of going back and forth through the kitchens because I wasn't obviously going to turn the stove on in the loft.
Right.
Turned it on over at Poppy's. And of course, I made, Gary was going to make, let me back up a little bit. I'm kind of jumping around here. So Gary said yesterday morning, oh, I want to pickle some of the green tomatoes that I picked.
Oh, yes. A lot of people do that.
And now this is Gary saying, I want to pickle the tomatoes. So there's a scenario. So as I'm cutting and peeling, Gary was doing, in his little room there with his, doing his stupid shit, I call it. Chopping, cutting, I started getting the brine together, and then, made the brine, and I'm following the directions, and we figured, well, let's just start out little because, we've never done stuff like this before.
Right.
Now, mind you, again, Gary said, I want to do this, meaning him, but yet I was doing it, whatever, not a big deal. So I've got the green tomatoes chopped up there. I have one of the jars filled up, and he comes in and he said, oh, I was going to do that. Like, that's okay. Not a big deal. Oh, you're supposed to cut it like this. And I'm like, right now. And I had the knife in my hand. I picked up the knife and I said, now is not the time to tell me that when it's hot and I've been chopping and peeling. It was kind of fun. I mean, I guess you had to be there, but so anyways, I finished the 2 jars and I have them over in Poppy's refrigerator, but you're supposed to let them sit for like 24 hours.
Yes, that's what I've heard. I've never pickled myself, but that's what I heard.
Right. And it's like a simple, so oops, looks like we're having.
Yeah, we're having a little, I'm going to go over here. We're having a little frozen going on.
Yeah. And yeah, I had issues with this on Saturday.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can see and hear you.
Okay, good. So I shifted over a little bit. That's all.
So obviously you can hear me, correct?
I can hear you. Yes, you're frozen, but I can hear you.
Okay, well, and that's a very flattering frozen picture of me, just saying.
Isn't that how it always is?
But hey, that's okay. We roll with it. And that is the beauty of what we do. We roll with it and we try not to let it interfere with the message that we're trying to get across or share. So anyways, long story short, with the gardening things, it went very well. And I will work on the peppers this afternoon.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people do a lot of pickling. And when you get, like you said, that abundance of vegetables, you don't want them to go to waste. So that's, I think, a great way to. Now, they're green tomatoes. So does that mean that they're not ripe and you're pickling them, or they are specifically green tomatoes?
They are not ripe. They are green tomatoes. And Gary thought that, and I thought this was really excellent on his part. He's like, when the tomatoes come in, they're going to come in like full blast, it's just going to be overwhelming. So he says he's going to try to pick, a couple green tomatoes like every couple days, just right. Because it will be an overabundance of goodness when it comes
summertime goodness, summertime flavors, summertime gardening. I mean, who doesn't like the smell of you know, the fresh basil, tomatoes, zucchini, squashes, you know, sometimes I wish we had a little bit of a garden, but we are blessed that we have a farm, like literally in walking distance. So we get all our fresh foods for gardening and stuff like that right there. But and then I love going there just to smell the different flavors of, you know, the fruits, the vegetables. And you know what? You should always have a very colorful plate of food. So you want to make sure, especially, you know, in this kind of heat, a lot of people don't like to, you know, it almost like impacts their appetite to a degree. You don't really feel like eating, but it's really important to eat and eat things that are actually in season, because there's so much on there, like strawberries and cherries, peaches, you know, those kinds of fruits that are right in season now. And then of course, all the great veggies that are coming through, they add to obviously your great gut health, but they really serve a nutritional piece to what your body needs. And that's one thing I love about summertime, just the different colors of food that are fresh in season.
Yeah, you know, eat the rainbow. And, you know, on my walk this morning, I'd love, you know, just kind of looking over at the garden. I walked up to the garden, you know, was looking at all the rows and all the green tomatoes and just the smells and, you know, the basil. Oh my God, it's
Yeah,
just,
I love the smell of fresh basil. Something about that is just so yummy. So on this Monday mindset, you know, here we're talking about aromas of scents of different, you know, great veggies and fruits or whatever. Those are also a great way to get your mindset in a positive way. Because when you smell something good, how many of you instantly, you know, when you're baking chocolate chip cookies, you instantly get this good feeling, right? It connects with those endorphins. So foods can do that. They can really help your mindset to stay positive, to focus on maybe a past memory or a good recipe, and they're just, you know, another way to get your mindset going.
it sure is. And on that note, since we are having visual difficulties and that, oh my gosh, I'm going to take a screenshot of the screenshot because I think it's hilarious. Like I look so dorky. I think it's hysterical. I'm going to screenshot it right now. Okay, there we go. And on that, my name is Janis, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. I hope you have an amazing day. Remember to hydrate well and would love to know, how do you jazz up your water? It's great to have that glass of water, but sometimes maybe you want to add a little something. What do you add in your water? And I am turning it over and I am with TwoSistas,
and this is Carroll-Sue, aka Nani Boss. I put what I like to do quickly before we go, take a picture of water. You can add lemons, limes, fresh cucumber. Sometimes it's fruit. And then of course, I have my different flavors of my Activate, but I really like the fresh fruit and veggies in my water. And you let it sit overnight and boy, it's so crisp and refreshing, a great way to hydrate. We hope that you stay hydrated, stay cool. Summertime is really a short month for most. So you know what? Enjoy the heat. It's okay. You're allowed to. And yeah, you may sweat a little here and there, but enjoy it and have a great Monday mindset. We will see you tomorrow, actually tomorrow night for Triumph Tuesday. And we'll chat about what we're triumphing over from today.
Sounds
Have
good.
a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.